ओके ये वीडियो ऑन में करना है हां ओके मैम
ஹெட்செட் வேணும் மட்டும் கேட்க
எங்க வச்ச நீ ஹெட்செட்
ओके मैम
நீ ஒரு குப்பை
புரியல
கேக்குதுங்களா கிளியரா வாங்க நான்
எனக்கு கேக்குது
ஓகே ஓகே மேம் நீங்க பேசுறீங்க கேக்குது
ஃபோன் கட் பண்ணிடுங்க
ஓகே
ஓகே கம்ப்ளீஷா
மேடம் இப்போ நீங்க வந்து ஆடியோவையும் வீடியோ மியூட் பண்ணி வச்சுக்கோங்க மேம் 11 o'clock நீங்க
உங்க ஆடியோ தான் எனக்கு கேட்கல
இப்போ நான் பேசுறது கேக்குதுங்களா
மேடம் கேக்குதுங்களா
கேக்குதா சிந்து
இல்ல கேட்கல
நாங்க பேசுறது கேக்குதாம்மா நம்ம பேசுறது அவங்களுக்கு கேட்கணுமா
ஆமா
அன்னைக்கு இந்த லேப்டாப்ல தான் சார் வந்தாங்க
இதே லேப்டாப்
அந்த கனெக்ட் டிவைஸ் ஆடியோனை கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க
கனெக்ட் டிவைஸ் ஆடியோ கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க
ஹெட்செட் போட்டுருக்காங்க
ஹெட்செட் போடுறதுலவா
இல்ல வேணாம் சார் போட வேணாம்
ஹெட்செட் போட வேண்டாமா
வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க மேம் வெயிட்
ஜஸ்ட் மினிட்
நல்லா பேசுமா
ஹலோ
மேடம் கனெக்ட் டிவைஸ் ஆடியோ கொடுங்க மேம் ஹெட்செட் எடுங்க மேம் ஹெட்செட் எடுங்க
காதுல போட்டு பேசுறது
ஹெட்செட் கழட்டுங்க மேம் சிஸ்டத்துல இருந்து எடுங்களா
சிஸ்டத்துல இருந்து எடுத்துட்டேன்
இப்போ நாங்க பேசுறது கேக்குதுங்களா சிஸ்டத்துல
ஆஹா இல்ல சிஸ்டம்ல கேட்கல
அந்த மைக் சிம்பிள் மாதிரி இருக்கும் அது மேல கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க மேம்
மைக் சிம்பிள் கிளிக் பண்ணிட்டேன் அன்மியூட் பண்ணிட்டேன்
இல்ல நாங்க கனெக்ட் டிவைஸ் ஆடியோன்னு ஒரு ஆப்ஷன் இருக்கு பாருங்க மேம் அந்த ஹெட்செட்டுக்கு மேல கிளிக் பண்ண ஹெட்செட் மாதிரி ஒரு ஆப்ஷன் இருக்கு அதை கிளிக் பண்ணா கனெக்ட் கம்ப்யூட்டர் ஆடியோன்னு கேட்கும் மேம்
டெஸ்ட் ஸ்பீக்கர்ஸ் அண்ட் மைக்ரோஃபோன்ஸ் தான் இருக்கு லீவ் கம்ப்யூட்டர் ஆடியோ தான் இருக்கு
அதை கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க
அதை கிளிக் பண்ணுமா
இப்போ நாங்க சிஸ்டத்துல பேசுறது உங்களுக்கு கேட்கவே இல்லீங்களா மேம் ஹெட்செட் சொல்லுங்க
எது கன்வீனியன்ட்டா பார்த்து விட்டுப்பா டைம் ஆயிடுச்சுப்பா
ஹெட்செட் இல்லாமலே பேசலாமா
ஹெட்செட் இல்லாமலே பேசலாம் சார்
ஆர்டிகல் ஸ்டைல போட்டு
இது வராம இருக்கு இது நாங்க நேம் மாத்தோம் சார்
சரி
மேடம் மறுபடியும் அந்த கனெக்ட் வித் கம்ப்யூட்டர் ஆடியோ கிளிக் பண்ண சொல்லுப்பா இந்த சிம்பலை காமிக்குது
கனெக்ட் வித் கம்ப்யூட்டர் ஆடியோ இப்போ கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க
இப்போ கேக்குது
இப்போ கேக்குதுங்களா மேம்
இப்போ கேக்குது
ஓகே மேம் ஓகே
அப்படியே லிங்க்ல இருக்கோம்
மேடம் நீங்க அப்படியே லைன்ல இருங்க மேடம்
ஓகே ஓகே
மேடம் ஃபோன் ஆஃப் பண்ணிருங்க மேடம் ஓகே थैंक यू சரிங்க சார் குட் மார்னிங் சார் அப்பாதுரை சார்
ஹலோ சார்
குட் மார்னிங் சார் குட்
வீடியோ ஆன் பண்ணுங்க
வீடியோ எனேபிள் பண்ணுங்க சார்
வீடியோ ஓகே சார்
ஓகே சார்
வந்துட்டேனா
வந்து இப்போ போயிடுச்சுங்க சார் திருப்பி ஆன் பண்ணு ஆஃப் ஆயிடுச்சுங்க சார்
ஒரு கிளிக் மட்டும் சார் வீடியோ மேல ஓகே சார்
ஓகே சார்
ஓகே சார் ரைட்
குட் மார்னிங் ஜெயபாலன் சார் குட் மார்னிங்
சார் குட் மார்னிங் ஃபைன் சாரா கலக்கலா இருக்கீங்க ப்ரோ சார்
எந்த கலக்கலம் முன்னாடி நிக்க முடியாது ப்ரோ சார்
இல்ல ப்ரோ சார் நீங்க தான் சூப்பரா இருக்கீங்க ப்ரோ சார் உண்மையிலே ப்ரோ சார் நீங்க சொன்னீங்கன்னா எப்போ ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணோம் அப்படி சார் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாம்
இன்னும் யாருக்காலும் கொடுத்துறாங்க இதுனா இப்ப நம்ம எல்லாம் வந்தாச்சுல எல்லாம் ரெடியா இருக்காங்க அது எது வந்துச்சுப்பா அது பிடிஎஃப் பண்ணுங்க பிடிஎஃப் பண்ணியாச்சுங்க அது ரெடியா இருக்கு அதுக்கு நம்ம பேசும்போது அப்படியே பேசலாம்
என்ன அது என்ன சார் பிரபாகரன் பிரபாகரன்
சொல்லுங்க.
எனக்கு நான் இன்னொரு டிவைஸ் வந்து என்றாரு, அது அட்மிட் பண்ணுங்களேன் கொஞ்சம். என்னுடைய பேர்ல இன்னொரு டிவைஸ் வரும் பாருங்க. ஹலோ ஹலோ
Shall we start?
Start.
Okay. Very good morning to all. I am happy to invite you all, the faculty members, academicians, research scholars, students, for today's online webinar on socio-political trends in India, hosted by Department of History, Tirukolonjapur Government Arts College, Virudhachalam. Welcome all. With silent prayer, the program will start. May I request Dr. K. Apathurai, Assistant Professor of History, Department of History, Tirukolonjapur Government Arts College, Virudhachalam, to deliver welcome address. Yes.
Good morning to all. I deem this this nice opportunity to extend welcome address for the 2 days national seminar on socio-political trends in India, organized by the PG and Research Department of History, the Tirukolonjapur Government Arts College, Virudhachalam, Tamil Nadu. At the outset, I welcome Dr. B.Rajalingam, the principal of this college, support.
Hey, hey, bro. What?
Government Arts College. He has rendered encouragement and all cooperation to organize this seminar. Next, I extend welcome Dr. P. Prabhakaran, the director of the seminar. Out of his curiosity, he ran not us and organized this seminar in a wonderful manner. I welcome him. Last but not least, I welcome all the participants and faculty members and other academicians for this wonderful webinar. I welcome one and all again. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Next, switch over to Dr. A. Prabhakaran, Director of the webinar, Assistant Professor in History, Department of History, Thiru Kulanjapur Government Arts College, Virudachalam, to deliver inaugural address.
Thank you, Professor. Sorry. Good morning to all. I feel very happy to inaugurate the 2 days national level webinar on socio-political trends in India, organized by the Department of History through Kolanjapur Government Arts College, Virudachalam. I am highly indebted to the organizing team for taking meaningful efforts to conduct this program on online mode. As the scenario is not conducted to meet the participants together, this will be better option to join together through online for exchanging intellectual caliber and ideas that thereby one can enrich the knowledge. In this context, this webinar is highly relevant and beneficial to academic community. The topic of the webinar is acute relevant pertaining to current situation of the elite scholars. The focal theme of the webinar focus on the various issues connected with present condition of the society. Tamil Nadu witnessed various trends since the beginning of the 19th century. These trends emerged on the issue base. A trend towards social reform and social equality emerged in the second half of the 19th century, developed into the struggle for the social justice in the first half of the 19th century. The advent of the Christian missionaries and spread of Western literatures invaded mad trend settings, the emergence of the Justice Party and the self-respect movement gained significance of the regard. On the other side, the rise of the depressed class leaders like Ayodhidas Bandit, Rattamali Srinivasan and MC Raja and the depressed class organization accelerated the trend for social justice. The women movement also emerged under the women organization, worked for the right of the woman. Besides, the nationalist movement also had influence among the people of Tamil Nadu. The linguistic issue, especially the Tamil Renaissance, also reached an important stage. The press activities covered overall trends that prevailed in Tamil Nadu. In this regard, the historical works of M.S.S. Pandian, Rajshekhar Basu, P. Rajaram, Robert Hargrave, D. B.A. Washbrook, Nicholas Trix, Famila G. Price, Nambi Arvaran, and other scholars to be requested to enrich the historical knowledge. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.
Yes, next myself, Dr. P. Jayapalakrishnan from the Faculty of History, Tirukolanjapur College, to introduce the resource person. Let me introduce the resource person, Ms. K.P. Arti Krishna, faculty member in ECE, PSN College of Engineering and Technology, for accepting our offer to act as a resource person to deliver a lecture on healthcare system in India. To be free, Madam K.P. Arti Krishna is a voracious reader and writer, versatile dancer in Bharatanatyam and folk style. She is a recipient of number of awards for her academic pursuits and dance performances at national and international level. Her research and project works got significant place in academic arena. She has published a number of papers at both national and international level in leading journals. Presently, she is an active member of Institute of Electronic and Telecommunication Engineering and the Institute of Electronics and Electrical Engineering Forum. I am highly delightful to introduce and welcome Ms. K.P. Arti Krishna Madam on behalf of the organizing committee, faculty members, academicians, and students to deliver a lecture on the topic healthcare system in India. Now I hand over the session to the resource person, K.P. Arti Krishna. Yes, carry on, Madam. Thank you.
Okay, hi everyone, and this is Arti Krishna over here, and I'm here to give a brief lecture on healthcare system in India. As healthcare system is most prevailing over globally, it is important to know why health is a basic aspect of everyone to recognize it globally. So first to start with, let me have a quotes of Mahatma Gandhi. It is a health that is a real wealth and not a piece of gold and silver. We people, we can consider this situation, COVID-19 situation, we are not running out of gold or silver, but we are running out of health as a basic needs. And Buddha also said to keep the body in a good health is a duty. Otherwise, we should not keep our mind strong and clear. So if our mind, if we have a healthy condition or healthy environment, we can't keep our mind clean and we can't work out for the healthy developments. So Upanishads, according to health system in India, we can trace out the concept of health from Upanishads and Vedas also. Also, what is Upanishads and what Upanishads says about it is Sarve Bhavantu, Sukhanika Sarve Santu Nirmaya. It means all want to become healthy and we all want to become healthy. This is the quotes which has been given by Upanishads. So according to the health definition, we have to know what is health, right? Health definition has been divided into two parts. That is, for ancient period, health has a different dimension, while in modern period, health has a different dimension. So when we come across health from the ancient perspective, they defined health as a physical, mental, political, and the social well-being of an individual. So what is stated is that we have to be physically healthy, mentally healthy, and socially healthy. They had root causes it from the base. It is that is root causes it genetic conditions, food behavior, and it is the inculcations of everything here. And in the modern times, there was a different connotations of health. So if we consider health in the modern times, we can have the absence of illness as the definition. The definition has been changed over the periods of medieval period. It has a narrow definitions for the modern period. They had not have any, they didn't define health from the root cause of the system. So in the modern times, it is defined in the negative so in the modern period, health is defined in the negative connotations. Negative connotations is that absence of illness. So it is the major constraint over here. As we know that in the modern period, COVID-19 situations, Amartya Sen has conferred a statement on the view of the health. What is that? Is that everyone who takes place, who took responsibilities in the social works or the social responsibilities over their head, they are considered to be healthy. This is the definitions in this COVID-19 situation. So now why health has been important nowadays? Because health has got different dimensions over the period of year. So now we can have a paradoxes and the contradictions in this situation. What is paradoxes and contradictions? We can say the similar statements as we are celebrating Yoga Day nowadays on June 21st of every year. Why Yoga Day is celebrated? Yoga is being a part for a healthy life. But when we come to the current scenario, India is facing a major problem called as diabetes. According to the latest survey, everyone says that there is an increase in the diabetes. That is, there is an increase of patients over the diabetes in the recent times. Why there is an increase of patients in the diabetes? Because of the health conditions prevailing over and in around us, working conditions, food habits, stress, and all made a part of the health conditions in the modern time. This is the root cause for the change of definition from the ancient period to the medieval period. Even though Upanishad says that food habits, health management all should be the particular for the health conditions of India, but nowadays the connotations have been changed. Okay, let's come to the concept of health. Why health has become important nowadays is the major problem. Health has different aspects. For example, health has a social good. Why it is health can be considered as social good. Now I'm going to analyze health in different perspectives. That is pistol method. We are going to solve health in pistol method. What is pistol method? Political problems, economical problems, sociological goods, ethical goods, technological goods, environmental goods, and legalizing goods. So first we can go for social good. What is social good? If health benefits large number of people, it is called as an health as a social good. How health can contribute to the social dimensions of the world? If we are healthy, we can definitely participate in, we can have active participations over the world, we have good educations, we can have right skills, and we can have better relationships with the natural resources, and hence health can be considered as a social good. But if we consider next, going for the next method, if health is considered as a political good, how it can contribute to the political good? A political good is that a large number of people who participate in the political actions of the country. It is called as the political good. How political good? For example, nowadays PM Modi schemes have been announced, right? PM Modi schemes like Ganga Mission plans, clean that is making of toilets for the people, Pradhan Mantri Vikas Yojana, and there are several schemes given by the government. Why these schemes are given? For the proper sanitations of the people in the rural areas. According to that, if we see that if they give the proper sanitations, there is a growth in the GDP in the present statistics. We can see that our country is globally increasing over the economic growth if we give the proper sanitations to the people in the rural area. So health can also be considered as a political good. Well, we can say as Health as an economic aspect also. How as an economic aspect, if we are healthy, we can be more employed. Employment generations is also be an important part for the health to develop in an economy. We can be an entrepreneur. If we be an entrepreneur, we can contribute more to the society. As well as CDS says that, what is CDS? Center for Disease Control and Prevention. According to the CDS, we are investing $1 for the vaccine productions, but we are earning $10 back. So this is, if we compare investment and profits earned, it is said that we are earning more than 10% of what we have put towards the business. So health is also becoming a business aspect, and it helps and health to be an economic good. Now we are considering health as an ecological good. How is an ecological good? If we are properly sanitized, if we are properly using toilets inside our room, we are not polluting outside, it is definitely contributing to the ecological good, right? For example, in our Tamil Nadu, we had been facing a serious issues of sterilite problems over the period of time. Why the sterilite problem has become a major issue in Tamil Nadu is that because of the environmental pollutions it causing. Environmental pollution caused by the sterilite problem is the major drawback that we are facing. So it is considered as an ecological good. Now, health as an ethical good. Why health as an ethical good? See, health as an ethical good is the major controversy over the period of time. We all know human rights. We all know fundamental rights. We all know fundamental duties. What is fundamental rights? Fundamental rights is the rights which is perceived by the citizens as well as non-residents of a country. We should have the rights. We can go for the Supreme Court, we can go for the high courts for our judicial review if our fundamental rights, if our human rights have been violated. So health has to be given as a fundamental right to all the people. Health is not given to everyone equally. Consider a situation. If you are a wealthy person, now you are going to an hospital, you have an heart surgery, you can deliver 10 lakh rupees to the hospitals. But being a poor, for 10 lakh rupees surgery is not possible for the poor, and hence ethical issues has been facing nowadays. So health is considered as an ethical good. As we all know, self development goals. Self development goal is the goal set by the United Nations for us. So self development goals, according to the three human rights, that is fundamental rights, health should be included. So that one, so which makes poor and rich also becomes affordable to the health conditions prevailing in India. So we have discussed health in different dimensions. What are the different dimensions? Political dimensions, ethical dimensions, economic dimensions. How health contribute to all those dimensions has been recorded. Now, according to the India survey, we are classifying death rate held by the health in three aspects. What are that? Is that first one is child mortality. What is child mortality? Child mortality is the death rate caused by the children from 0 to 5 years is termed as a child mortality. According to the child mortality rate, the children death is due to pneumonia and neonatal caused by the diarrheal disease and all unhealthy problems caused by the children. Now, second steps as that infant mortality. What is infant mortality? Mortality is that child birth from 0 to 1 year is considered as an infant mortality. Infant mortality is also caused by the diarrheal problems as well as pneumonia problems. Now coming to the neonatal mortalities, 0 to 21 days. Within 21 days, the children who born and death are considered to be as a neonatal mortality, and this is due to the umbilical cord problems and as well as the pneumonia and all problems caused by the neonatal mortalities. What are the challenges now India is facing? The first challenges India is facing is that the primary healthcare sector. We are dividing health into different sectors. So first sector is that primary healthcare sector, secondary, tertiary healthcare sectors. So primary healthcare sector is that basic affinity to the people around. What is that basic affinity to the people around? We are suffering from a cough. We are suffering from a fever. We are suffering from a cold. What are all the measures taken by the government in order to lay that health in a layman perspective? Is that to be the child, it is said to be that primary healthcare system. We are facing a trouble in the child, that is primary healthcare system. So according to that survey, we can say that the primary healthcare system is lagged most in the country, most in the states like Bihar. Why is there so help? Because of the population status. For 645 people, we have only one doctors. We have only one beds for them. So this is a major problem that we are facing nowadays. That is, availability to the primary healthcare systems has become a very weak over these years. And second is that recently 42 people died in 2 days at the Gorakhpur because of the dengue disease. This is the most case study evolved all over India talking about the dengue fevers. That is, a children who had been suffering from the dengue for 2 days has been died after the second day due to the dengue fever. Why this is so happens? We have to undergo the root cause of the problem. What is the root cause of the problem is that no affinity towards the primary healthcare systems. So when they had a access, when they had a survey over the children, they had been suggesting that quantity, quality, footprint, access to the healthcare systems has been lowering nowadays. And the major problem is affordability. How people affording the healthcare systems around the system is the major problem. We don't have a proper access over it. So this is the major problem we are facing now. Second is one is that inadequate financing. As every year government is releasing the budget over the period, that is budget for 2019 and 20 has been released. During this budget we can see that the 1% of the 1% of total budget has been contributed towards the health. Why 1% of the contribution is because for the hospitals. So this is the major problem we are facing nowadays. So we have to look over budgets. If we have concentrated more money, if we have invested more money towards the health systems, we can definitely have an innovative strategies to handle the health. So next one is a weak regulatory framework under private sector. So what is a weak regulatory under private sector? So we have a nodal agency called as a Medical Council of India. Medical Council of India is facing a huge problems like favoritism and nepotism. Apart from this, we have many challenges facing by the Medical Council of India. We have no contribution of the private sector towards that medium. So it is a drawback considered to be for this major issues. And second, third one is we have inadequate healthcare personnel and infrastructure material. So what is infrastructure? As we all know that hospitals, buildings and proper sanitation towards that is proper toilet system towards the people. These are all the major changes. These are the major causes for the weak regulatory framework and the private sector. It is the inadequate healthcare systems and the infrastructure. We can also see a problem like rural and urban division. We all know that we are in urban areas, so we can afford a health in major all the aspects. But if people living in the rural areas can't afford a proper healthcare systems available in the urban areas, so we have a division of peoples also in the healthcare system. Next one is gender division. Gender division is that we can see in Tamil Nadu that Muttulakshmi Reddy's maternity relief for the people are affording. People who are pregnant can afford 10,000 rupees from the government. So we can have a gender division. There is no availability of money for those men people. So we can also have the gender divisions. So what are the divisions we are facing is that rural urban divisions and the gender urban divisions. And the healthcare facilities is not equally distributed for the gender also, as well as area wise also. For example, if we consider a situation, there is only one bed for 614 people in Goa for every 8,789 people in Bihar. So how this ratio has been given is that 1 is to 612, 1 is to 8,197. It is humanly impossible to believe that one bed for 8,197 people. So it is a major trouble that we are facing. Next one is inequity in the healthcare. What is inequity in the healthcare? Same problem, rich as well as poor. Rich can afford rich health facilities, poor can afford poor health facilities. This is the major problem. So what next? We can go on to the medical education system. As we all know that NEET prevails over every year. So NEET exam percentage, the students who had merited can go through it. But the medical education systems has been degrading due to the test examinations, entrance examinations, as we all know. So the medical education systems has been decreasing so far. Next, the social reasons. Why the social reason? Number, we can take COVID-19 situations, right? In the COVID-19, people are said to be kept in quarantine. So people kept in quarantine are facing the severe issues. People don't want to be in a quarantine. People don't want to be in a isolation. So they got fear of isolation. They are not saying that they have been suffered from the pandemic, that they are suffered from COVID-19. This is the major problems we are all facing. We are feared of isolation, and so we are not ready to accept that we had a disease. So this is the major problems that we people facing, and governments are troubled in identifying the people affected by the COVID-19. For example, before 4 to 5 years, we had seen that there is a
Madam, voice not, we can't listen. Ma'am, your voice not audible, ma'am. Your voice, you're unmuted, ma'am. Unmute yourself. Muted, ma'am.
Madam, click on mute button.
Mute button, ma'am. Muted your audio. Unmute, ma'am.
Unmute yourself, ma'am.
Mic symbol, ma'am.
Madam, in left side, mic symbol, you just click
on
the.
Now what? Speak, ma'am. இப்ப திருப்பி again
இன்னொரு டைம் பிரஸ் பண்ணுங்க.
இப்போ okay, thank you. Sorry for the inconvenience. So let me start again. So social reasons. Social reasons is that now we are facing we are feared of isolation, as I said before. So second aspect is that people suffering from AIDS, HIV, people suffering from tuberculosis was mentally affected, that they would be separated from the society. So this is a major problem that we are facing today. So next one is that status of indigenous system. What is indigenous system is that yoga, Ayurveda has been declining. Once we say there is a contradiction and paradoxes statements we are. So contradiction and the paradox statement as said before, diabetes has been constantly increasing, but we are celebrating June 6th as the World Yoga Day. Same contradictions has been prevailing over here in the indigenous system. What is that is that yoga and Ayurveda has been decreasing so far, but we are celebrating Yoga Day so far. So it is called as a state of indigenous system. So what is the emerging health issues we are facing is that modern lifestyle, people working in IT usually have a 6 to 8 hours suffering from a warm conditions. These are the major issues that we are facing. Healthcare systems displays that our daily lifestyles plays a major roles in the health issues. Ethics plays a major role, and also we can say that the secrecy of sex ratio is also being decreasing. Disorders, diabetes, delusions, and depressions also plays a major role in the urban area. So we can have a contradiction that rural and urban also in this situation. In rural areas, people are suffer to the diseases not by the mental disorders or by the any other things. It is due to the inadequate facilities to them. But we compare to the urban areas that we are facing, that we have adequate medical facilities, but we have a lot of pressures over our mind. That is, mental work is being disrupted, and also anxiety disorders and everything has been a major role in the urban areas. So how do India overcome in the healthcare system is the major issues. So now we are going to discuss how India is contributing towards the Indian healthcare systems. So first one is genetic pharmacy around the world. What is genetic pharmacy? India's accounts for more than 10% of the global genetic industry in the world. What is the advantage of genetical pharmacy? We should have benefits in order to grow. So what are the benefits that India gained from the genetic pharmacy? The first thing is that we have a low land. We can have a low land, but we can produce large amount of pharmaceutical products in India. We have low cost. We can produce more amount of pharmacy. We are exporting more amounts of pharmacy to the other parts of the country. As we know that USA is asking India for the hydroxychloroquine for the treatment of COVID-19. Hydroxychloroquine is also transported to other countries, so we can have a normal GDP growth over us. So how GDP growth can help us in a healthcare system? If we are economically stable, if we are importing less than exporting, if our imports is less than exports, we can have enough amount of money, surplus amount of money in spending as in treating the people. We can spending as in bringing PPE to the people. We can we can spend a lot of that in treating the people who suffered from COVID-19. So these are all the measures which we can take in. So global pharmacy is the major benefit of India in countering all the problems around the world. We are exporting large amounts of hydrochloroquine to other parts of the country and hence earning money over that, and we are spending that money over COVID-19 patients. So second one is medical tourism. So what is medical tourism? Medical tourism, according to the 2015 census, we are exported that we are the greatest exporter of medical professionals from India. So we are generating a large amount of medical professionals in India who is transported to other parts of the country for treating their people. So we are economically contributing. So we are professionally, intelligently contributing to the other parts of the people. So second one is that medical tourism. Third one is cost effective solutions. So what is cost effective solution? India has been facing, India has been dealing with cost-effective solutions for the medical issues. For example, Jaipur forest was designated and developed in India by the Chandra Sharma in 1968. And India also emerged as a hub and research and development of various vaccines which we are producing and transporting to other Indias, which they are used by other country people. So we are the cost of effective solutions to the other country, that we are the major producers of vaccines to the other country. Next one is major health indicators have been improved. As I said, child mortality rate, infant mortality rate, neonatal mortality rate is the three major indicators that we are using nowadays. As these three major indicators, we are clearly differentiating all the major peoples of the world. So this statistics will help us to improve soon from our failure. So next, what are the steps taken by the healthcare systems in India is that first we can analyze them different perspectives. So first one is the constitutional provisions. So what is the constitution? We have to know, as we had said that fundamental right, health should be the fundamental right and everything, we all said that. So what is constitution? We derive fundamental rights from our constitution. So what is the constitution? It is the preface of what India should be done and what India should not be do is the major statistics given by the constitutions. So if we go upon the constitutions, we have many articles like fundamental rights, fundamental duties, directive principles of the state policy, what is preamble of the constitutions, and what the state should be done, and directive principles of the state policy. We also have a chapter for executive, legislature, what is state legislature, what is state executive, and we have president, vice president, parliament, what the parliament should be function. So are all the strategies included in the constitution. So health should also be in the constitutional provisions, right? So health is in concurrent list. What is concurrent list? Concurrent list is that central government and state government both contributes towards the welfare of the society is said to be the concurrent list. We have four lists, right? First one is central list. What are the central list is that central government only will have the authority to establish something, to make changes in the law. Only central law will prevail. Second one is state list. What is the state list is that state can make any changes without asking, without having a connection with the central government. It is called as a state list. And third one is concurrent list. What is concurrent list? Central government as well as state government coordinate towards and give a law or give us constitutional provisions for the welfare of the society. So this one is called as concurrent list. And fourth one is restitutory list. Restitutory list is not mentioned in the constitutions, but we are adding restitutory list. So health should be in the concurrent list. We can analyze our real life systems with the constitution, that is central law, as central government is asking state government to have a lockdown for 4 phases. So we have to do that because central law is enabling state government to do that. So health is in the current list. So according to the constitution, we have to see whether health is in which of the list, and health is in which of the fundamental rights or fundamental duties or directive principles of the state policy. So what is the fundamental rights? Rights appealed to all the citizens and non-residents of the country is called as an fundamental rights. What is the fundamental duties is an extra rights given only for the individual is called as an fundamental duties. And DPSP, that is directive principles of state policy. Directive principles of state, a principle in which the state should follow for the welfare of the people is called as an DPSP. So fundamental rights, health should be in the fundamental rights. So it should be included in the fundamental rights, but we don't have provisions in the fundamental rights so far. So this makes the differences between the urban and the rural, male and the female, and there is so much of divisions between the people. So health should be included in the fundamental rights. Government is taking steps to make health as a fundamental right in the constitution. The first one is constitutional provisions, we had said that. Next one is legislations, schemes so far taken by the government. The first one is National Health Policy of 2017. What is National Health Policy of 2017 is that assurance. I have divided health into three aspects. First one is quality, access, and affordability. If three is given, healthcare system is provide equally in all over the country is my point of view. So in the legislation, national policy, that is a National Health Policy 2017, also states that the health should be in an assured manner, that is assurance to all of them. So addressing current and emerging situations in both epidemiologically and technological solutions should be given to the people. So this is the statement given in the National Health Policy of the 2017. It aims to increase the people's healthcare expenditure to the 2.5 percentage of the GDP contributed in 2007. So as I'm saying from the beginning of the lecture that GDP has to be improved, GDP has to be improved. So what is GDP is that gross domestic product. What is gross domestic product is that within the economic territory of the country, what are the goods and services extended? It is called as an GDP. How GDP will help us? So GDP will help us to improve the country. GDP is the main measure we are we are used as a method to calculate the national income of the country. So as we know that GDP is the domestic product or the goods and services produced within the economic territory of the country. We in India, we are dividing the sectors into three types of sectors. First one is primary sector, second one is secondary sector, third one is tertiary sector. So during the primary sector, we mainly focus on agriculture products and agriculture producers. In the secondary sector, we can say as the red collar jobs, and tertiary sectors we can say as a white collar jobs. What are the white collar jobs? Doctors, nurses who contribute, that is services provided. Secondary sector is an industry sector. First sector is an agriculture sector. So we are mostly depend upon the tertiary sector of the country. So more than 50% of the country has been contributing towards a service sector, then the industrial sector. So first one is agriculture sector, as agricultural sector is contributing 21% of the India's GDP. So health comes under the tertiary sector, white collar jobs. So tertiary sector has to be improved in order to improve the national income of the country. If we improve the national income, the divisions between the poor and rich and poor could be satisfied. So this is the main focus of the government towards the healthcare systems. So according to the national medical policy of 2017, India has been contributing 25% of the GDP in the COVID-19 situations. And next one is intensified mission called as Indradhanush. Indradhanush mission is the most profound mission found by the government. Indradhanush said, that is Ayushman Bharat. What is Ayushman Bharat? Clean water, clean sanitation, clean environment guaranteed and provided to the people is the main ambitions of the mission Indradhanush and Ayushman Bharat. So it aims to reach each and every of the people. That is, they are targeting 2 years of the people, since our infant child mortality rate has been declining. So government is facing towards that. So mission Indradhanush and Ayushman Bharat is the major aspect of the people, major aspect of the government to focus each and every aspect of the people. So this is the third aspect taken by the government. And fourth one is Ayush Mission. What is Ayush Mission? And Yoga Day. Yoga Day has been contributing an important factor over there, as we had said before. Being an yoga personalist, we can improve our health as well as mental beings, right? And now we are going for the efforts of the civil society organization. What is the civil society organization and how it is contributing towards it? First one is Smile India Foundation. It aims to bringing healthcare systems and promote health awareness towards the people. So it is called as a Smile India Foundation. As we said that from ancient India, health is a basic aspect which which has many dimensions, that is food, mental health, smile and everything. So this is the major aspect of that. So Smile India Foundation is that how we are smiling to improve the smile of the people around the India. So this is the major one. And second one is Rural Healthcare Foundations. As we had said that rural is facing the major healthcare problems due to the lack of facilities. So government is trying to overcome that problem by rural healthcare foundations. And third one is Seva Nilayam. Seva Nilayam is that primary contribution by the government towards a problem, that is primary healthcare system, maternity relief to the people. These are all the contributions given by the government towards the people. So government is taking steps to overcome the difficulties. So in my lecture, I had stated that I had said about definition, what are the various aspects of the health, why we are considering health as a major aspect, and now what are the drawbacks we are facing and how government is inculcating this to overcome these problems is the major we are facing. How international organizations is contributing, whether we have a friendly relationship with international organizations. Yes, absolutely, we have an international organizations, that is friendly international organizations. We are contributing pharmacy over them, we are contributing the medical professionals over them, and hence we are having a friendly relationship in spite of health over in spite of health in all parts of the world. So apart from that, we have a foundations called as Bills and Melinda Gates. Bills and Melinda Gates is contributing a major for eradicating poverty in India from the US. So these are the major aspects we can have. And we are now facing towards Doctors Without Borders. This is a famous statement prevailing. Doctors Without Borders is the famous statement prevailing all over the country. And what are the sessions, best practices in India? Now I'm going to say about. We are saying that we had a health index for calculating how the infant mortality rate, how India is performing, how we are analyzing globally. In India, we are analyzing in a state wise. According to that, Kerala is the topmost performing states, as we all know that. In COVID-19 situation also, Kerala has taken several steps to prevent from COVID-19, right? And what are the measures taken by the other states and how we can overcome, especially Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra. We are going to analyze these aspects now. So first one is Kerala and Tamil Nadu modern insurance model. Before analyzing into it, let me say how we are different from other parts of the country who's facilitating towards a healthcare system. Really, to say we have a good healthcare systems in India when compared to the other parts of the, especially compare USA. USA has a better medical models, no doubt in it. But what is the major drawback prevailing in the USA is that insurance model. what is that people have to insure their name in the any of the private sector or with the government sector insurance. We have to claim insurance for that purposes. If we have claim insurance, government will pay off 70% and people have to pay off 30%, but their 70% contributions is equal to our 1/2 of the contributions. This is why people in USA are facing troubles during the COVID-19. They are suffering, they have a mental stress that they can't afford, they can't afford a basic amenity towards a COVID-19. This is the situation which causes USA's death rate to be increased highly. In case of India, we don't have such problems, so we can compare that. In case of USA or India is better than USA. Now I'm going to say the better affirmation of Canada. Canada is the best medical method used. What are the methods used by the Canada? Is that they also have the insurance model, but 50:50. That is, government will pay 50% and other persons will pay 50%. But since they have major drawbacks over that, people also they started benefiting people by 100%. That is, 100% will be taken by the government from the tertiary sector money. What is that? They will take money from the tertiary sector, they will take money from the government budgeting, and they will spend in the healthcare system. Third thing they had brought about is that they had brought a social service scheme. The doctors who need to provide social service, they will be incentivized more. That is, doctor service is directly proportional to the incentives received by the people. So if the incentives is more, doctor service is more. So this is a major sector. And fourth thing is no hospitalization. No hospitalization is that door-to-door treatment to the people. They are giving door-to-door treatment to the people. These are the measures taken in New Zealand nowadays, so that their COVID-19 pandemic, the COVID-19, the death rate has become zero nowadays. So we can make the changes overall. First, we can make the changes as a social service. That is, health should be considered as a social service rather than money. Second one is door-to-door treatment should be given in order then privatizations of the hospitals, not the government hospitals. Third thing is there should be no differences between the government hospitals and the private hospitals. All the equipments and amenities availed in the government hospitals should be equal to all the equities and amenities should be availed in the government hospital. So these two proportions should be given equally. So this is the thing we can have over there. And now coming back to the best practices in India, the first one is Kerala and Tamil Nadu insurance model. As we said that health should be insured, health guarantee should be given. See, even if there are many benefits over one scheme, we can have drawbacks over another scheme. So we should have benefits and the loss ratio. Benefits ratio should be higher than the loss ratio. So this insurance model schemes have been performed to the Kerala, and they had been using it wisely. So globally acknowledged healthcare models, we have the better healthcare services at the affordable cost. The burden of the premier healthcare systems is given to the state, whereas the private sector is very restricted to the healthcare systems. Apart from that, Adram mission in Kerala and making government hospitals people's eco-friendly by making the infrastructure developed. This is the model which is following Kerala now. That is Adram mission. Adram mission is that improving the basic infrastructure of the Kerala in government hospital, so that there would be no differences between the government hospitals and the private hospitals, and people can easily afford. People are not worried about isolation. People are not worried about their health. People are not worried about their money. So this is the model which is followed in Kerala. So Adram mission is the most important missions we can inculcate during the COVID-19 situation. Next one is Mohanlila Clinics model. What is Mohanlila Clinics model is that it is a Mohanlila Clinics model. It is a package of money given in New Delhi for the basic healthcare like medicines, diagnostic purposes, consultation purposes, and all purposes. From this, it is considered to be a timely services. So it will facilitate both primary, secondary, and the tertiary sectors together. Next one is Odisha e-healthcare models. What is Odisha e-healthcare system is that telemedicine centers and the trained doctors consultations towards the net. Since we are saying that technology has been more developed, we are now learning class through the online, so we can use medicine also in online. So this is the method used by the Odisha towards a healthcare system. And next one is Asha healthcare system. What is Asha healthcare system is that aggregated social healthcare activities emerged as a model for the preventive healthcare. Prevention is better than cure. So before coming towards it, we have to prevent it. So this is the model used by the NASHAM, and it mainly focus on the rural welfare peoples, because rural should be developed, and hence ASHA mission is mainly focusing on the rural development of the people. And now coming, we can have several suggestions towards India for the broken healthcare system in India. First one is shift to the preventive healthcare. Preventive healthcare. Before we have to be the preventive healthcare systems in India. Next, change in the conception of health. What is the conception of health? Is that there is a need, there should be awareness about the people about the health in spite of their workloads, in spite of their stress. There should be a routine life, right food, right sleep, and right conduction should be in the healthcare systems. Third one is women as a women should have the agency of a health. So maternity health, women empowerment health should be given for the women as an agency of the health. Next one is use of technology. As in the growing world, we know that women, we have that called as artificial intelligence, as everybody knows. So artificial intelligence can be used towards a health learning, improvise aspects. Next one is use of self-help groups and aims. I think regenerating indigenous systems, that is yoga can be regenerated. So for Mute button. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry for the interruption again, and let me start. I'm sorry, and now we are going to see about the way forward, which we can given to the government. So, what are the way forward? Is that shifting from the preventive healthcare system from we have to shift towards the prevention of the healthcare system, and second one is change in the conception of the health. We have to change in the conception of the health. That is, we should have the awareness about right to food, right to food, right to health, and right to sleep, and we should have the awareness about every aspects of the health. So this is the second thing that we should have in the perception of the health. Third one is women as the agency of the health. We should have women as an agency of the health. For example, Kerala is having the 100, that is Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme given by the government. That is 100 days employment workshop for everyone. So this is the very important thing which we can have in the which we can include women towards that contributions towards the society. And fourth one is use of NGOs, self-help groups, and everything is very useful. And fourth one is regenerating our indigenous systems. And fifth one is learning from our unsuccessful models. That is that learning from the successful models and unsuccessful models. That is, successful models used by the Kerala like address mission can be inculcated in Tamil Nadu for the health insurance schemes. Next one is bridging courses. What are the bridging courses? Is that we have to bridge the courses for allopathy doctors, including of allopathy doctors, not only for the minor aspects. We also have to include all those allopathy doctors and the major aspects. We can include them. We should hear their opinions towards the COVID-19 situations also. So fourth one is ethics. There should be a standard model. There should be a standard ethics towards all the peoples of the society, and hence there should be a standard ethics model to be followed everywhere around the people. So what are the international practices which can be inculcated in the Indian system? Is that first one is beverage model. What is the beverage model? Beverage model. So coming into the beverage model, it is used in the Great Britain, Spain, Scandinavia, and New Zealand islands, which bridges the reformers within national health services. It is a healthcare financed by the government through the tax payment, just like their police force or the library forces which inculcated over that. So this beverage models should be used. And second one is Bismarck model. What is Bismarck model and where it is used? It is used in Germany and the Belgium. It is called as sickness funds given to the poor people in order to abridge. It also inculcate employment opportunity for the people and the plan that everybody needs to execute for the family profit means. It is called as a Bismarck model. And third one is National Health Insurance model. What is National Health Insurance model? Is that insurance for the people who are seeking for health systems. For example, this systems has been using Canada's nowadays. That is no financial motive behind, only social service is the motive which can be used. And fourth one is out of pocket model. What is out of pocket model and where it is used? The out of pocket model is used at Africa, India, and China. This is the most countries use to make health affordable to the people. And finally, by concluding that India's healthcare system is at the critical junction, so we should adopt different models as used. What are the major challenges that we are facing? Is the geographical locations too. We are aware of the plates tectonic forces. We are the part of the Gondwana land which we had separated from the African countries. So what are the perspectives prevailing over there will have effect on India. We have effect over this part also. So we should be concerned about all over the world's health systems. And today's world, peoples are running out of wealth instead of health. So as Mahatma Gandhi says, it is only health that is not real wealth. So the choice should be within ours. So by finally concluding, what is COVID-19 and why India is facing over it is that majorly 1.42 peoples around are facing COVID-19 situations nowadays. What are the challenges faced by the India to curb the COVID-19 situations? We can't blame them because since we have large populations, as per the index list, we are the second largest populated countries after the China, as we know that. So tackling the large populations in the country is difficult for the government to stabilize the COVID-19 situations. So cooperation should be given by the people towards the government since they are facing the crisis both economically, politically, and socially over the people. So large populations is a major crisis for the government in order to curb the COVID-19 populations. Second one is poor public hygiene. As we know that Swachh Bharat, Clean India is introduced by the India. We sneeze in the road, we split in the road, and we have the dirtiest reservoirs of the viruses, and this should be curbed. This is the poor public hygiene model. Third one is unknown incubation period. Incubation period between the infected and showing symptoms is varied for people and the people, so it is not accurate, it is very varied. So we have to be focusing on the incubation period. Also, recovered persons should be replaced. Third one is super spreader diseases, as COVID is called as. And one more thing, we should know the differences between outbreak, epidemic, and pandemic. Outbreak is that a spread which affects district to district is called as an outbreak. What is epidemic is that state to state is called as an pandemic. What epidemic? What is pandemic is the wild spread. It is called as a pandemic. So we are calling COVID-19 as a pandemic disease spreading across the world. It is called as a super spreader diseases also, which means infected persons with highly infected will infect hundreds of the people around. Fourth one is rumors on the social media. We should not believe rumors on the social media since social media is targeting over TRBs. Some social media are politely giving the real facts, but more than 50% of the social media are incurving towards that. So the government is planning for curb the right to privacy to the social media. So we should be aware of the rumors of the social media. And the fourth one is United Nations Conventions on the Trade and Development said that the virus is globally affecting economy all over the country. So we should face that. We should greatly contributed to the economic growth. So what is government is doing towards the COVID-19 situation? First one is dividing the phases into three phases. First one is containment phase. What is containment phase? Detecting the people and isolating them is called as a containment phase. What is second phase is that delay phase. Delay phase is that social distancing strategies used in the delay phase. And mitigation phase, people moving towards a hospitalizations is called mitigation strategies used by the people. So addressing fears at the individual levels, they are trying to analyze the fears between the people and trying to curb over that infections. And fourth one is health should be transferred from concurrent list. As I said, that concurrent list is the coherence between the central government and the state government to the state list. That is state. Why we are facing the situation is that if take an example, if Kadalur is facing a destructive changes in COVID-19, there will be a some of the areas who which is most affected. But since health is in the concurrent list, central government will declare Kadalur whole as the COVID-19 pandemic situations. So try to inculcate it. Government should have a suggestion that government should have a mechanism to ban the broadcast of social. No, we can't do that because we are curbing the right to privacy of social media. There is a Supreme Court judgment prevailing over here because they are giving a false statement about COVID-19. And as we know that, as you see the constitution, they have the right to freedom of press and right to freedom of information. So we can't ban as the China did. Since we are the socialistic country and we are the federalist society, we can't do this to everyone. So this aspect will be wrong as we are curbing, since it is curbing the human rights of the social media. So we can't do that. And health should be transferred from the concurrent list from the Indian constitution to the state list. So I finally conclude by saying that health should be health is a major fact, major aspect should be kept in every individual's mind. This COVID-19 teaches us how to be clean, how to be keep our surroundings safe, and how to it's a kind of social service contributing by one people to other people. If we are infected, we should not have the mentality to spread this infected disease to the other people. We should keep in the containment phase, mitigation phase, as all the phases see, and we should behave like we should have a humanity over it. So I finally conclude that health is the real wealth, neither than prices of gold and the silver. So thanking you for giving me this wonderful opportunity, for providing such a wonderful lecture regarding the healthcare systems in India. Thank you.
இப்ப என்னுடைய இதை நீங்க இருக்க வேண்டாம். இப்ப சொல்லுங்க, என்ன சொல்லணும்? If participants are having any questions, you please share it in the chat box. Dear participants, if you are having any doubts and queries, you please share your questions in the chat box. கடப்பால இருந்து வந்திருக்கு.
Hello. Okay. 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 So I consider health, ma'am, I have a question. How do you look at our health situation in this corona pandemic? I consider this corona pandemic, that is we are lacking of PPE kit and the designation kit because of our economic losses, but we are overcoming throughout in this pandemic situations. Now we are importing more amount of PPE kits over this corona pandemic situations, and people and the government. My suggestion is that government should have a constraint over the mitigation phase and the containment phase. They should be keen about identifying people who are infected from corona. So I think this should be done earlier stage to control the pandemic over the situation. Corona end can't be analyzed by me. It's in the hands of government and how you people are facing this containment era. So corona, how corona end, I don't know. So tell the ways to increase the immune system. So how to increase the immune system is that first you have to concentrate on health more on work. Have a good meditation, have a good and healthy life, drink lot of water, stop containment around, start splitting around, and have a good and hygiene food. This is a measure which can be taken to increase immune system. Ma'am, do you think that corona will further change the discourse on public health in India? Yes, definitely it will further change the discourse on the public health in India, because we had been contributing 1% of the expenditures towards the public health. After that corona, we can have the government will take initiative to spend more on the corona, and how it will further change the discourse on public health in India. Yes, of course, since we are seeing the statistics that we have an increase and the drastic increase of the people with the asymptomatic and asymptomatic corona had been increasing day by day. So there will be a change in the course of the period in the corona. Ma'am, corona is a long time disease. Corona, as we see in about corona symptoms is about like it will affect the respiratory system first. Pneumonia, causing pneumonia, affecting bronchus. These are the major changes caused by the corona these times. As you see the structure of the corona, you can analyze. It resembles our body RNA molecules as when enters into the body. It has an endoplasmic reticulum. It has spikes around it. It has vacuoles numerous around it. So it can replicate many corona structures like an RNA, DNA molecules. So RNA molecules. So there will be a drastic outlook of corona. So trusting the doctors is a major aspects we have to do, because globally doctors are trying to increase the immunity of the peoples. So we have to trust people. We have no other accreditation standards is that we have to increase the mitigation strategies. We have to increase the testing of the people soon. No, I'm not look. I'm looking health situations and the politics and the see. We have a good aspects of politicians and we have bad aspects of politicians as well. But I'm concluding it by see, if you clearly analyze towards the government initiatives, it is 60% favorable to the government, 60% favorable to the people, and 40% favorable to the government itself. When you look at the newspaper, when you look at 3 days before Hindu newspaper analysis, you can go through that PM Care Fund has not been sensitized. PM Care Funds has not been given details. So Right to Information Act has been asking PM Care Funds prohibited. So this is a major situations that politics can be inculcated towards. Hello. Okay. Which one is giving good energy in this pandemic's time? Which one is giving good energy in this pandemic time is that family, spending with family. It has been given a precious time to spend with your family. So government initiatives has been increasing. So it is a good energy during this pandemic time. So, as said, in recent times, there is more circulation of hybrid vegetables and fruits over the natural one. This kind of food, yes, sure, hybrid vegetables and fruits definitely affecting, as we know that strategies, it directly causes cancer directly causes, it reduces our immune system, so it normally demonetizes the balances occurred. So we should avoid hybrid vegetables and the fruits. How can we protect the elderly people who will not listen to you about the current situation? Any ways and means to convince them? We have to do that. We can't control elderly people and we can't suggest measures to them, but we can avoid them going out, and by keeping isolation, just give them TV and they will be sitting near TVs to watch all those things. That's the main thing we can do for the elderly people. We can't go any other signs. Yes, there is an increase in the, as I said, Swachh Bharat missions has been the important perspectives in the cleanliness of the people continued for after 6 months, even among the educated people. Yes, Swachh Bharat missions is creating awareness about the people who are in the rural areas as well as in the urban areas. See, Kabasura Kudineer is not the mitigation measures taken by the government to curb the COVID-19. That's why Nilavembu Kashayam, Kabasura Kudineer is not given everywhere. And Siddha is not recommended everywhere. That is, they are not analyzed properly about the that is Kabasura Kudineer. So that is the thing, that it doesn't make everyone available. What's your opinion on the council? Yes, it should be 10th examination should be cancelled.
Of course, thank you very much, madam. Of course, we witnessed a explanatory lecture and mind blowing through your voice, madam. Though you are very young and energetic, your age is also young, looking like a small infant, but your presentation is highly matured, meaningful, and inventive. Thank you very much for your very good lecture, sparing your precious time with us. Thank you. Now I invite Dr. A. Rajaram, Assistant Professor of History, Department of History, Kolanjapur Government Arts College, B.Rajalingam, to propose vote of thanks.
Hope that you might have enjoyed the lecture of Madam K.P. Krishna. Of course, Madam concentrated more on the history, origin of healthcare systems in India and its various stages of development. She has highlighted the problems and the prospects of medical system. She delivered the lecture based on geometric approach in history of research by giving statistical data for this source. On behalf of the organizing committee, we extend a sincere thanks for your highly informative lecture, Madam. I wholeheartedly thanks Professor Dr. G. Rajavel, Principal, Socio-Political Government Arts College, B.Rajalingam, for his support to reach this program a successful one. Next, I extend heartiest thanks to Professor K.P. Suresh Kumar, head of the Department History, B.Rajalingam, convener this program, and Dr. A. Prabhakaran, Director of the program, Assistant Professor in History of the senior faculty, Professor R. Rangarajan, and members of organizing committee, esteemed participants for adorning this webinar into meaningful episode. Finally, I thank Dr. Santosh Kumar, faculty member in computer science, Priyadarshini Engineering College, Andhra Pradesh, for his technical assistance to accomplish this venture. Thank you, one and all.
Dear participants, thank you, one and all. All the participants are requested to submit the feedback session, the feedback form session, feedback form. Tomorrow we will get connected in this very same time, 11 a.m. on. Thank you, one and all.